Welcome into Intentional Lounging, brought to you by Better and Green. We're back with another Thursday night game. Pretty decent game for a Thursday night. I'm surprised. Usually they reserve these games for the noon o'clock slate on Sunday and give us just the most garbage, puke in your mouth worthy game of all time on Thursdays. But we got a great divisional matchup. Both teams coming off losses, so this should be a really interesting one. We're talking the San Francisco 49ers heading to Seattle to face the Seahawks. Seahawks are 3.5-point home dogs. Over-under set at 49.5. Ethan, how about we start with you, man? Seattle coming off a surprising loss, I think, to the Giants. And then San Fran lost at home to the division rival Cardinals.
Yeah, interesting game here. San Fran starting 2-3. I don't think many people thought they'd start with a record that poorly off their Super Bowl appearance last year. I actually wasn't too shocked with either of these teams losing last week. I was on the Giants plus the points. I was on Arizona plus the points. I wish I would have had them both on the money line. Just thought the spot was horrible. This is always a big matchup here between San Fran and Seattle, divisional matchup. I'm leaning here with San Francisco minus the points. I don't love it, but I think the 3.5 line is pretty telling. It seems so easy. You have the better record team getting over a field goal at home. It just seems like they're kind of baiting you into taking that. And I ultimately just think San Fran is way better. Lost that game at home, like you mentioned, Ben. Now they get to go on the road, which it's not a far travel. Typically, I don't like the Thursday night team with the travel, but San Fran to Seattle, not that difficult. So I think it's good. They're not going to have their fans booing them if they go 3 and out on the first drive, like we see the Browns fan base do every drive. The thing I hate here for the Niners is they do have the Super Bowl rematch on deck against Kansas City. However, they're going to have like 10 or 11 days or whatever that math comes out to prepare for that game. Like you said, Seattle off the loss. They're off back-to-back losses now. I'm just not high on Seattle. I like Detroit in their game when they gave Seattle the first loss because Seattle had only beaten Denver, New England in overtime, and Miami without Tua. And now they've lost to Detroit and the Giants. So I'm just not super high on Seattle. I think ultimately San Fran is probably the much better of these two teams. I know they're still banged up, but going to 2-4 would kind of be a bit of a kiss of death for the Niners here, especially with the Chiefs on deck where they could potentially go to 2-5. Think they're not taking this one for granted. Need the win, need the divisional win. Think they're better. Think the line's fishy. Give me San Fran to win this one by a touchdown.
Yeah, I've struggled with this one. San Fran's pissing me off. Really, I mean, we could talk about how bad Seattle's wins are, like Ethan just said, Denver, New England, and Miami. We could also talk about how bad San Fran's win are. They beat the Patriots as well. They beat the Jets, who turns out sucks. They're 0-2 in the divisions. San Fran is losing to the Cardinals and the Rams. The Cardinals are better than the Rams, but the Rams had no one when they beat San Fran. San Fran seems to always find ways to collapse at the end, and I still think they're a very solid team. But I just don't know if I can back them right now. Obviously, Seattle, like Ethan just mentioned as well, losing 2 games back to back. We were both on the Giants. I had the Giants money line sprinkled in there. It was a bad spot for Seattle coming across, having a short week against San Fran. No one was really expecting the Giants to travel all the way across the country and do anything in that game. And the Giants win that one by 9, but easily could have gone to OT. There was a blocked field goal at the end of the game that got returned for a touchdown. So, I'm going to go with the home team here. I do think San Fran wins, so I'm really threading the needle here, but I think Seattle can cover the 3.5. I think it might be a 2 to a 3-point game. I want to back San Fran, but just the way they're playing right now, and nothing they do is impressing me at the moment. And I do think Seattle's a little overrated, but going to trust that the 12th man over there and Seattle gets going and keeps this one relatively low scoring and a close game where Seattle can cover.
Both of these been very smart. And Ethan, you were saying that you were on the Giants and the Cardinals last week. I just want to do a quick little plug to Friday's show. Guys, all of us were on the Giants and the Cardinals. We just started a new segment over there at Agreement Island where we put all the ones that we agree on. We do quick recaps. 8-9, guys. 89% win percentage. Absolutely killing it over there. Only the Jets have ruined it for us. And the Jets, they've ruined it for a lot of people. So, back to this game, though. I have to take the side with Ethan. I just think San Fran's just and Wyatt, you would agree too. San Fran's a better team here. You're just taking Seattle on the points in the spot. San Fran, I think coming off, I would say that's an embarrassing loss. They didn't lose by a lot, but you lost at home to a divisional opponent that everybody thinks you're much better than. So I think they come in here and they beat Seattle. I would say probably, I think it's like a double-digit game. I mean, Seattle does have the second loudest stadium in the NFL, so it is going to be rocking there. But I think I have to go San Fran here. Do you guys have any lean on the total before we get out of here? 49.5.
And that seems really high to me. So I think the obvious play would be the under, but I'm just shocked how high a divisional primetime game total is. So I would lean the under, but I would probably look into it a little bit more to figure that one out.
I would lean the over, and simply because when I took my notes here on the 7th, today's the 9th when we're filming, it was 47.5. So that tells me Sharp Money has hammered that over. You probably lost all the value at this point, but yeah, just for that reason, I'd probably peek at the over. It's not a bet I'm looking to make though.
All right. Well, interesting. If you guys want to hear more bets, had a really good week last week covering all the NFL games. Ethan, do you have your drink with you right now? Because we have not had it yet, but we do have a punishment every week. And this man right here is unfortunately the loser, and he's going to have to chug that 2-liter of lemonade to start the show on Friday. So you don't want to miss it. Make sure you guys tune in. Head over to Fantasy Sports Advice Network to get some custom fantasy advice from us and other experts in the industry. And we will see you guys on Friday. Peace, guys.
Later, guys.
See you guys.
You better start listening to the Better in Green podcast. You will not regret it. Trust me, trust me, trust me. And hey, I'm Dean Blandino.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to Better in Green, eh? To Better in Green, eh? To Better in Green, eh? Listen in and cash out. That's what it's all about. Come on, let's make cash now. We always on spot and we cover all spots from the bottom to the top. Hey, shout out to Ethan, shout out to Wyatt, shout out to Ben. Welcome, welcome to our podcast. Better in Green.